What's up everybody and welcome to my life. So I had this great idea. My problem is I have all of these Polaroid pictures, but nowhere to put them. They just hang out on my whiteboard and I don't like that. So today we are going to make a Friends inspired little display thing for my Polaroid camera as well as my photos. Thank you for joining me and welcome to my life. So the supplies you'll need for this are consisting of this. I got this wooden board from Hobby Lobby. All of this stuff is from Hobby Lobby. This cost $11.99. So I got this pack of wood pile boards. This cost $2.99. What I'm going to do with this is use it to hold my camera onto the board as kind of just like a little display. You'll also need some Gorilla Glue 5-minute epoxy to adhere that little wood pile board to the larger board. I got some miniature clothespins. I'm going to paint these black and glue it to the board as well so that it can hold the pictures and they're easily removed. This was $4.49. Short little can of spray paint. This was $3.99. It's what I'm going to use for the painting purposes. And then lastly, I needed some more hot glue. I'm going to use these to glue the little clothespins to the board. Order of operations, we're going to go outside, spray paint the clothespins and that little wood pile board so it has a chance to dry while we're working on our other things. So let's get to that. It's really windy outside, so there's not going to be any audio for the being outside part because you won't be able to hear me. Typically you'd use masking tape, but I went ahead and just used the tape that I had to mask off the back of this so that I can glue it and there isn't paint interrupting that adhesion space. So while we're waiting for that to dry, I put it in the oven because I'm impatient, so hopefully that works out. We're gonna get cutting on our Cricut. Now it's not absolutely necessary that you have a Cricut, but it sure does help. If you have an X-Acto knife, a template, and a steady hand, you should be able to get the same result. So I'm gonna get started cutting out the letters Friends. I'm just doing it in a white. I think that's gonna look best. So let's get started with that one. So now that everything is cut, we need to weed out all the extra material and get it ready for applying to our wood board. So enjoy this boring little time lapse. Now that we got these weeded out, I went ahead and applied the transfer tape off camera. Super simple, just use a squeegee. I use a debit card to flatten it out, make sure it's nice and smooth. You want to squeegee both sides so that it has good stickiness, adherence, something like that. So we're going to go ahead and apply these to our wood board. Ideally we would have sanded this, but I kind of like the rough look of it, so hopefully this sticks to it. If not, then we'll have to sand and start over. So that looks pretty good centered there. Just gonna start on one end and push my way down. Now I'm going to use my debit card and be careful not to share the number with you because I don't want y'all to have it. We're just going to squeegee these out, get it to really stick. And some of these projects you just have to go slow and hope it sticks. Okay, so now that we've applied the Friends lettering and the picture frame, the Friends lettering is a little wonky, the R ripped, but unless you're looking for it, it's not really that visible. So I think our clothespins and our little shelf for the camera are dry at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and get those glued on and wrap this project up. So while the hot glue gun is heating up, we are going to glue on our little shelf right about here. And for that, we're just going to use some Gorilla Glue 5-minute epoxy. Prepared a little dowel that I kind of made a point so we can get this spread nice and evenly without having it spread out too much. I'm just going to sit here and apply pressure to it until it's dry. So I hot glued the edges of this so it would stay up while it's drying. I've kind of placed where I want the clothespins to be to hold the pictures, so now we're just going to hot glue those in and then we'll be finished. Alright, so it is ready to go up. Let's do this. Alright, let's hope this shelf holds. So I'm pretty happy with that. It turned out way better than I thought it was going to. I hope that if you decide to do it, that you'll tag me on Instagram. I am Robert Hand, all one word. That's a great place. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to make content like this every week. That's pretty much all I have for you guys this week. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to my life.